Kerala and one from Tamil Nadu. And people stayed in abusive relationship. What is the percentage of men being abused? Nobody is going to take care of you. The violent behavior, the not a lady, I really appreciate her. I love her acting. I don't know, her screen presence is amazing. I have already addressed the dressing problem, the dressing comments. I think very long ago I left it. Who are we to judge them? Who are we to judge or tell a person that is not supposed to dress up like this? Their perversiveness or their own creepiness. Hello everyone, welcome back to another topic discussions. So today's topic is with regard to women's empowerment discussions that I noticed in the last week. Of course, 8th March was Women's Day, and I could see a lot of discussions being done by a lot of empowered and influential women around the world, and which is very impressive that we have got platforms out there who encourage women who talk, women who act, women who execute. Yes, wonderful and fantastic. Out of that, I noticed two different communications which were being presented by two very influential women, one from Kerala and one from Tamil Nadu. I don't know if I'll include the screenshots. I may or I may not. For the time being, I just show like, yeah, there's one here and one here. I may include, okay? So yes, I saw two different interviews or two different communications by two very influential women whom I have always admired, I still admire, but I do not agree with the statements they have mentioned in their videos, okay? And I would be doing an evaluation on the basis of my profession and not on my personal personal analysis. This is absolutely an HR analysis of the situations or the statements that these two specific communications were trying to communicate to the people out there, okay? So in the first instance, this specific very successful woman, like I have seen a lot of her movies and acting prowess, amazing actress. And what she mentioned in her interview was that I come from a generation where it was okay for people to stay in abusive relationships, and people stayed in abusive relationships hoping that the person would change over time and things would be all right, and things can be, people have to suffer and stay in the marriage for the marriage to work. For the sake of children, they have to keep going. For the sake of the family, you have to keep going. So these were the points that I saw her discuss in her interview. Okay, let's look at the situation, okay, right? And she's saying that there is an abusive marriage going on, and the wife, okay, here the implication was about the wife staying in an abusive relationship and stay quietly for the sake of her children and her family. So let us look at the situation. Does the law stipulate a woman to stay in an abusive marriage? No. Okay, no, our country's law does not encourage a woman or a man for that matter. I do not know what is the percentage of a man being abused in a married relationship. So I'll talk from a women's perspective. Okay, as per the statistics, the amount of the laws are there because of the cases of women being whatever they are going through is much more than the men, okay? So that's why the laws are there. If there is physical marriage, where there is physical or emotional kind of abuse that is happening in the marriage, should the woman stay? No. The law very clearly stipulates what the woman need to do if there is an abusive marriage or if there is abuse happening in the marriage, okay? So just do not listen to what these people or the influential people or the celebrities are saying through the various mediums. You're supposed to listen to the law and do what the law asks you to do, right? As citizens of India, we are bound by the laws and the legal systems of the country, not by the influential people, what they're saying over the different various mediums, whether it be social media or any other media. Okay, so please listen to what the law is saying, and the law very clearly states that if you are in an abusive relationship, get out of there immediately. And why you have to get out of there immediately is because it is harmful for your physical and mental state. Staying in an abusive relationship is harmful for you, your physical, if the person or the family is physically abusive, you are going to have health problems at the end of the day. And who is going to take care of you if you're surrounded by abusers? Nobody is going to take care of you, correct? So it's your own responsibility to get out of that relationship, get out of that marriage immediately, or that home immediately, and file a report at the nearest police station, and then let the law take the course of action. So this is what the law stipulates, okay? So this is the first thing. So when you have these kind of situations, when I'm doing an analysis on the basis of HR's perspective, like various HRs would handle different human resources situations differently, okay? So me as an HR professional is what my analysis on these situations are going to be, is what I'm going to discuss here, okay? So the first thing what we have to notice is that, is the individual going to be happy and is going to have a longevity in this specific position? So if it is an abusive relationship, there is no guarantee of longevity for the person, mentally or physically, correct? That's why the law stipulates that please do not stay or continue in those kind of situations, and please listen to the law and let the law take its course. Do not listen to celebrities, do not listen to family members, do not listen to any other person, just listen to what the law stipulates you to do. Okay, so this is the first point. And then now the second point is it helpful for the team? Correct? You are in a family where the situation is abusive. Do you think where the situation is not conducive for the longevity of your own life? Is it helpful for the people around you? No, not at all. You are encouraging the violent behavior, the not okay behaviors by staying there quietly, not taking actions, not reacting, just staying there like a dumb person. You're encouraging the team members to act violently, correct? Which is not at all conducive for you or the people around you. So you need to take action and stop these kind of behaviors for the people around you also. In these circumstances, when we talk about families, there are children involved. You want a child growing up seeing what kind of abusive environment you encouraged in your family? No, that's a completely unhealthy environment for any children to be in, especially children to be in. So please do not encourage these kind of situations listening to the celebrities. Now the third point is, what is the kind of output that is given by these kind of teams to the society? Is there anything productive coming out of these kind of families or these kind of behaviors of the families? No, the outcome is just zero, correct? When person is in a healthy environment, they can contribute healthily to their team, to their cells, and to the societies, correct? The first part is you have to take care of yourself. Second part is you have to take care of the team. Third part is the contribution of the team to the society. Like I'm just trying to give a corporate example, right? Okay, in a corporate, there's an employee, then the team where the employee is working for, and then the whole organization where the organization is contributing to the society, correct? So what is this kind of families contributing to the community? Nothing. It's absolute zero. Nothing is contributing, and on top of that, the violence being spread, correct? So please do not encourage or do not get influenced by these kind of communications or by the ideas being shared by these kind of influential people, the wrong kind of ideas being put out to the communities or the people out there. Now the final point, longevity of the system, correct? Like any situation, in terms of an organization's success is defined by its longevity. Like how much time the organization has been successfully thriving in the market defines the longevity of the organization or the success of the organization. In the same manner, the longevity of the family's contribution to the society. Okay, when I say contribution to the society, doesn't mean that they are contributing financially. Actually, not necessarily it's just financially, okay? A person who is working or doing any business is automatically contributing to the society financially by paying the taxes and covering the expenses of the family, correct? They go and purchase things from the grocery, they purchase things from the dress store, from the shoes, they're making the economy move by their contributing financially or whatever purchases they are making in their societies or communities where they're doing or whatever they're doing, okay? So when I say contributing to the society, it means that every family contributes to the society financially, no matter their financial status. So beyond that, they also contribute socially and economically and education wise, and like representing in themselves in the best possible manner to the society is also a contribution to the society. Being an influential individual professionally, socially, is also a social responsibility. For corporates, we say corporate social responsibility. Here we could say, as individuals, all of us are responsible for a contribution to our societies. Okay, so about is consistently there is an abusive situation happening in families can never be encouraged at all. Okay, it is no contribution to anybody, not to the self, not to the family, not to the community, not to the country in any which manner. So please do not stay in any abusive situation thinking that it is going to change today, tomorrow. No person changes because of you changing. Okay, people change only because when the circumstances change. And for the circumstances to change, so please do not depend your life on thinking that somebody else is going to change. Nobody is going to change for you. Nobody's life is going to change because of you. The only person you can bring about change is you yourself. So do not waste your life thinking that the other person is going to change dramatically in one day or in some time by me being so good. No, whether you're good, you're bad, you're ugly, you're beautiful, the other person is going to be the other person. Whatever the person's characteristics is, whatever the personality is, that's all the person is going to be. So do not waste your life on people who are not going to be appreciative of your efforts, of your life or your contributions. So rather than wasting your time on these kind of people, move on immediately, even as per the law. Even the legal system stipulates, please move away from abusive situation. Okay, so this is the first thing I wanted to discuss. Now coming to the second point, this one again, I do not know if I'd be including the screenshot of the video. Okay, in this specific video, again, a lady, I really appreciate her. I love her acting. I don't know, her screen presence is amazing. Okay, but what she came and said, I cannot agree at all. She was saying that women have to dress up in a specific manner, and because you dress like that, people comment you in that manner. Okay, what I understand, okay, first of all, does the law stipulate how women need to dress? As per as my knowledge goes, in India, there is no framework for how a woman should dress or how a man should dress up. I think everybody has their own will. As per the freedom given by the law and the regulations of the country, you're free to wear what you like and you're free to choose how you want to represent yourself. I do not think the government or the law stipulates what you have to wear. So legally, it's not valid. Like, you advise people what they have to wear. People can choose to wear what they want to wear unless there is a stipulation of an organization where they say that you have to adhere to this specific uniform or this kind of dress style. That is again applicable to specific organizations where they have specific uniforms, whether like the hospitals or the schools where the school students have specific uniforms, so on and so forth. But otherwise, I don't think there is any specific dress code being implemented by the government of India. So legally, this is not applicable. Okay, you cannot advise another woman to wear what you think is the right kind of dressing. I have already addressed the dressing problem, the dressing comments. I think very long ago I have addressed. Maybe I'll include the link here. So yeah, so legally it is not applicable. Secondly, like this comment you mentioned, that because you dress like this, you're giving an opportunity for the other person to comment upon you like this in the social media platforms. That's what you're saying. See, people comment no matter what. If a person commenting awkwardly or nicely or in a bad manner is just a representation of the person who is communicating. Okay, a person who communicates badly, a person who is a pervert, who is a creep, is going to represent himself or herself in that manner, no matter what the opposite person is going to be, okay? And do you think that you can influence a person how he or she behaves by dressing in a specific manner? I personally do not think so, because as per the statistics, people who, what do I say, insulted women, insulted them irrespective of their dresses. Even if she was fully covered, women were insulted. Even when the women were scantily dressed, they were insulted. Older women were insulted, younger women were insulted, beautiful women were insulted, ugly women were insulted. So it has got nothing to do with how the women represent themselves. It has everything to do with how the person is viewing the women. Okay, so let's not put the blame on women's dressing or how the women is representing, or how the women is responsible for the behavior of the opposite parties. Please, let's not put it in that way. It's like, I don't want to go there. Yeah, it's like blaming the women for the dressing for certain situations. That is not the right way to, what do I say, that's not the right message to give it to the women at all. Women have every freedom to choose what to wear, how to represent herself. Every woman has the freedom to do that as per the Indian law. Okay, and it is the duty of every Indian citizen to respect the women. And if you're not able to do that, it's your problem, it's not the woman's problem. Okay, if you are insulting a woman for her dressing, then you are invading her private space, because the way she represents herself is a private space, and you have no right to comment on the woman's dressing or how she is planning to represent herself, irrespective of the situation where she is, unless and otherwise stipulated. Second point is a woman, her dressing, what kind of influence she is going to make to herself. If she is comfortable in her dressing, if she is okay with whatever she is trying to communicate in her dressing or the way how she's trying to represent herself, that's her right, how she wants to represent. And if she's okay with handling whatever the situation is in that kind of dressing, let her be. Who are we to judge and put what do I say, a demarcation on what kind of dress a woman should wear, and she is giving people opportunity to comment? No, people are commenting because whatever frustration they have within themselves is getting, is being put out. It has got nothing to do with the woman's dressing. It has got everything to do with the person who is trying to insult this woman for her dressing. He is not invading his or her privacy, but they are invading her privacy and right to dress the way she wants to dress. Dressing and all comes under each individual's privacy. Let's not invade into that. So now let's look at how are these things influencing the team. If a person is dressing in a way how they want to be, okay, we are trying to make it a norm. We are not trying to, objectify the situation. They have the right to dress. Okay, we are okay with whatever you want to do. Correct? We are appreciating her freedom. We are appreciating her representation. We are not going to objectify you, or we are not going to discuss and create a ruckus out of it. No, we are not going to do that. It's your right, and you are free to do what you want to do with your life as per the law. Okay, but if we try to regulate how a person dresses, how a woman represents herself, then that is going to be a problematic in the future for the teams and the society. Okay, if we are running an organization, yes, we can regulate the dress code. Even that nowadays, I think people prefer casual dressing, and however the people are comfortable, they are free to dress, even to corporates. Even the biggest IT companies, they stipulate come in as casual as possible. So nobody is actually bothered about the kind of dressing a person is trying to do. And as society, do we encourage people to dress in a specific manner, or the society need to be stipulated to stick to these kind of dressings? I would suggest that we have to encourage the freedom or the right for individual representation, individual thoughts, however they want to represent themselves. Let's not stipulate and get into almost private individual needs and requirements of the citizens of our country. Let's not bring in that kind of control. Freedom of communication, freedom of representation, freedom of speech, freedom of thought, correct? So let's have that kind of freedom for the betterment of the society. If they are confident, who are we to judge them? Who are we to judge or tell a person that you're not supposed to dress up like this? So I can understand common people who are not used to these kind of things maybe commenting, but influential people, celebrities who are commenting, I don't know, it cannot be encouraged at all, because you're just putting out a very wrong message to the society out there. You can never blame a woman for being attacked or being insulted because of the way she looks or the way she chooses to dress. That's a very, very wrong way, or that's a very wrong message you're putting it out there. I'm saying this with my personal experience of handling women of different cultures, different nationalities, different age groups. I have tackled women as a professional, as an HR professional. I have interacted, I've communicated with women of various cultures, various countries, various religious groups, various dressing styles. All these kinds of women I have interacted, communicated on a professional and personal basis. And what all of them universally agreed was that if they were insulted or if they were disrespected, it was never because of them. And irrespective of the age group, irrespective of their dressing style, women have been insulted. So when a man or a person or another woman is insulting another woman, they are just projecting their own insecurities or their perversiveness or their own creepiness. Please do not let's pin it on the person who is not trying to harm others, who is not trying to interfere in other people's life, just trying to represent herself in the manner she likes to represent herself. And let's give that freedom, and it is available as per the law. So again, these are all points from my own personal and professional experiences. I do not know how many people agree and how many people disagree. But anyway, I'm eager to understand what are your thoughts on this. Until we meet next time, thank you for your time here, and bye-bye.